Hello, everyone. Brad Logan, alongside legend in my mind, Larry Gann, who's been at a couple of places over your career, Coach. I know when I was playing high school football, you were at Baldwin. You had a fantastic team. You've been there. You've been Vardaman. Tell us a little bit about your career and about some places that you remember along the way.
Well, my first job was at Chickasaw Academy in 1974. Nothing like starting off as a head coach. Your first job when you didn't know anything. Your assistant was a first-year guy. He didn't know anything, but we didn't know anything. Anyway, and then I went to Oklahoma for 3 years, head baseball and assistant football. And went to Vardaman the first time in '79 as head football coach, and stayed 6 years. And then I went to Clinton with Coach Sloan for 3 years as defensive coordinator. And then I left and went to Baldwin. I believe my first year there was in '88. And from there I wound up at Horn Lake with David Wilkerson, and then he left and I took over as head coach. And then I got out of coaching for several years as an assistant principal at Center Hill. And when I retired in 2012, I came back and started helping Tupelo on game nights. Coach Lamar Aldridge, defensive coordinator, and Coach Bradbury and I played against each other in junior college, so I knew those guys. Then I went back to Vardaman a second time for 6 more years, and then I worked at Mill Creek, a day treatment center, for 3 years. Then I started helping Potts Camp on game night during that time, Coach Anderson, and then I got hooked up with Coach Louds at Ripley and was doing 1 day a week. And then this past season I went two classes and coaching quarterbacks and running backs. So kind of come full circle, but I'm back doing what I really like doing. And it's great being able to work with somebody like Coach Louds that gives me the opportunity that he's given me. So,
like many successful coaches here, Coach, you just can't give it up. And I know you've had some great teams over the years. You've talked about a lot of those teams. Any particular team stand out to you that you maybe reflect back on and think, I kind of have a special place in my heart for that team? Maybe not wins and losses, but just a team that you remember that kind of stays with you throughout all these years.
Well, the team at Baldwin in '97's football season, those kids, a lot of them had played as freshmen, and we took some butt whippings. And I remember telling them after a ball game that if anybody would blame them for quitting, but tonight was the last time I wanted to hear about somebody talking about quitting. And I said, if you stay, we're going back Monday and start over, ground zero, and we're going to just try to improve as football players. And they had one kid leave, and they stayed. And their junior year, they won 8 ball games, and their senior year, we finished the regular season 10-0. A great story about perseverance, and also about how important it is to have the right administration that backs you during those downtime. And Mr. Red Shelton was my superintendent, thank goodness, and he knew we would come out of it. But those kids stayed, and then they reaped the rewards for that. That was a special team.
You've been a staple of this convention for a number of years, and you've served on a lot of committees. Right now you're serving on the football committee. What are some things that you remember throughout all the years of the committees that you've served on?
Well, the importance of coaches being a member of the Coach Association, to be able to nominate their players for All-Star games, how big a task it is to put on an All-Star game, the importance of being active in the Coaches Association and going to the meetings and going to the district meetings, and what a benefit it is to the players in our state in all sports that their coaches are active in the Coaches Association.
He's Coach Larry Gann. He's been in a lot of different stops, but the good thing, and I like to call him my coach, is he's made better people. And, Coach, I'm honored to visit with you today. I've talked to you every year, and it's good to see you today.
Thank you so much, Brad.
Coach Larry Gann, kind enough to visit with us for a few minutes today.